Right now at 5, contagious viruses on the rise in Wisconsin. Which ones and what's behind it all? Plus, TikTok has a buyer. Who it is and has it stopped the possible ban?
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off. Well, we start with the weather. We're going to go from what feels like a freezer out there to a little bit of a warm-up and then back down to the cold. So for a breakdown on those temperatures and how that swing will actually look, let's send it over to Greg.
There we go. Trying to get that warmed up. I was looking down. It wasn't warmed up. But yeah, we're definitely going to see a swing. The good news with all this is we have no snow cover, which plays a factor in both how cold we get and how warm we're going to get later in the week. So it's definitely going to be a swing going on. For right now, it's really cold conditions, very cold for at least tonight through tomorrow. Right now, we're in the single digits above and below zero if you look outside. Wind chill doesn't factor in the wind chill right now, but overall, we're seeing sub-zero wind chills at all locations. Give you an idea, wind chills, these are your frostbite time frame, and we're going to be pretty much in that first window there of -20. Won't get as -35. It'll be more in the -20, -20. So 30 minutes exposed skin can freeze with this type of wind chill. So something we do see a lot this time of year, but for the most part, you see there's your wind chills throughout the whole Midwest, and it's even colder up to the north. There's your current ones right now. We're in the sub-zero range, about -10, minus to zero. But overall, if we look at the big picture, high pressure overhead. We do have a little bit of cloud cover overhead right now, but that's not going to impact the temp too much. There's your temps for this evening for La Crosse. Then as we go to Eau Claire, a little bit colder, it's already down to 3, so that 5 should be 3 already. Wind chills will be getting down to around -10, so it is going to get colder tonight. That's going to be the pattern going on. These wind chills will continue for another day with sub-zero wind chills potentially for Tuesday. We'll break that down right now, but then a bit later, like you said, if you want the 40s, we got those in the forecast too, and that'll be at the end of the week, so we're going to do a little switch.
All right, that sure sounds nice. Yes. Thank you, Greg. Well, when it gets frigidly cold like this, it can take a toll on your vehicle and lead to a car emergency. Our own Jeremy Wall is live outside with some quick reminders. Jeremy.
Yeah, Ken, earlier I spoke to Skylar Klatt, a service advisor at Cooley Auto. He says warming up your car is one of the most important ways to keep it safe. Klatt says warming up your car will not just keep drivers warm, but also keep your windshield clear. Depending on the car, he recommends warming up the vehicle for 30 seconds to a minute. He says this will keep the engine oil warm, which maintains the car's efficiency. Klatt also recommends paying attention to your tires.
We're going to want to see tires in the wintertime no lower than 430 seconds of tire tread. That's a little less than half-life, just because that does get low tread for traction, and of course moving out the slush, the water from the roads to avoid any slippage.
He also recommends paying attention to your wiper blades. He recommends replacing them twice a year before winter and in the spring. He says that these wiper blades can get damaged by snow and ice. Ken?
All right, Jeremy, thank you. And a reminder, you can track weather on your block by downloading our First Warn weather app. You can find it at the App Store or on Google Play. La Crosse's Area Development Corporation held its 53rd annual meeting today. It was over at the Radisson Hotel. This gathering focuses on supporting current businesses and bringing new business to the area.
Yeah, it's really, again, to recognize that our area and our quality of life shouldn't be taken for granted. It's, you know, there's groups like ours and others who work every day at trying to promote and grow and make this a great place to live, work, and play.
The group's projects this year are to create new manufacturing and industrial spaces that could create new jobs. Well, still no word on what caused a building fire in Onalaska. Flames broke out at the Strupp Trucking building yesterday on County Road XX. More than 100,000 gallons of water had to be used to tame that fire. Luckily, no injuries were reported, though the building is considered a total loss. Tonight, more questions than answers after Atoma Daycare suddenly closed. And the questions are tied to some serious allegations. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live in the newsroom with the story tonight. Grace.
Childcare.
There's
Today,
some difficulty with Grace's microphone. Kids and Company Daycare is in Toma. It is on Toma VA property. It abruptly closed last week, leaving several families without childcare. So today, Grace spoke with staff and parents about what happened. Can we take Grace's story, Joe? Some additional technical difficulties. We'll be working on getting that story to you in just a little bit. In the meantime, the La Crosse Area Chamber of Commerce members have revealed their legislative priorities today. The chamber hosted State Senator Brad Pfaff as well as State Representatives Tara Johnson and Jill Billings at their January forum. Legislators gave members an update on their goals and offered a preview of the upcoming legislative session. Members also shared what they hope to see accomplished in Madison.
There's an important aspect of listening to folks. You know, we gather in the beginning and spend time just having conversations.
Billings says a large focus of the conversation was the upcoming state biennial budget. Chamber members expressed interest in issues like childcare, the workforce, and taxes. The La Crosse Board of Public Works backing a plan today to move the Cameron Park Farmers Market. The new location will be Burns Park. The vote comes after commissioners okayed a request to move the event because of low attendance numbers. Wisconsin Democratic Party Chair Ben Wickler grabbing a key endorsement to lead the Democratic National Committee. Stacey Abrams is backing him. The two-time governor nominee in Georgia calls Wickler battle-tested. The move comes after Senator Chuck Schumer also backed Wickler for the DNC chair. Wisconsin health officials are seeing a rise in respiratory viruses. So which ones and how concerned should you be? News 8 Now's Allison Fergit joins us live in studio with the answers. Allison.
Ken, as the months get colder and people stay inside, viruses have an easier time spreading. Brian Simmons, an infection preventionist at Amplify Health, says they're seeing a lot of cases of RSV, influenza, and COVID right now. He says most cases Amplify Health is seeing are mild, but we're not in the clear yet as respiratory illness cases continue to climb locally and in the state. Simmons says there are some symptoms to watch out for and signs for when you should stay home. All right, sounds like we're having some of those technical difficulties, but right now Amplify is seeing a spike in influenza A cases. It comes as Simmons says there's a lower vaccination.
Any of those respiratory viruses that you definitely have a fever, chills, just feeling like you're very run down, that's a good time to just lay low and rest and get lots of fluids and sleep and take care of yourself.
All right, seems we got that sound to work, but as I was saying, Amplify is seeing a spike in influenza A cases. It comes as Simmons says there's a lower vaccination rate for the virus in the area. While the vaccine does not guarantee you won't get the virus, it does weaken its effects. He says while everyone is getting hit with the viruses right now, the very young, the very old, and the immunocompromised are especially vulnerable to getting sick. So those are groups to definitely be mindful of. Ken?
All right, Allison, thank you. Well, a big twist in the TikTok ban. Coming up, a buyer comes forward. Who it is, and will it really stop the ban? But first, the extreme security going up to keep Donald Trump's impending inauguration safe.
Celebrate 2025 during Home Furniture's New Year's sale. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices like this queen bedroom suite for just $8.99 and this table and bar stools for $15.99. Start the new year in style during the New Year's sale at Home Furniture.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
At Toma Health, we help our community thrive through our partnership with the Toma Area School District.
We partner with the school district in the classes in their Healthcare Careers Academy, and one of them is clinical observations. And the intent behind that class is to give students a feel for what it's like to work in healthcare.
I think Toma Health really helps us help those kids decide whether or not healthcare is a profession for them in the future.
Toma Health, together in care.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
from Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Ring in 2025 with our New Year's mattress sale at Home Sleep Express. Get up to 10% off sale prices on Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep. This Jewel Plush Queen mattress is $759, and this Eden Plush Queen is $1079. Celebrate the New Year's mattress sale at Home Sleep Express.
Well, again, more questions left unanswered after a Toma daycare suddenly closed last week, and some of those questions are tied to serious allegations. Grace Monk is in the newsroom with the story tonight. Grace.
Ken, Kids and Company daycare abruptly closed last week. Kids and Company daycare closed last week after the VA ended their lease due to compliance issues. Board Chair Travis Scholl says it came down to communication.
We weren't letting the VA know. Or maybe not letting the right people at the VA know is probably a more accurate way to describe it, about things like having to close early because of weather.
Scholl says the closure was a surprise.
We knew we had some things to work on as far as reporting goes, but didn't expect it would lead to an immediate termination of the lease.
And so did parent Nick Rea.
About 11:30, I got a call from the director of Kids and Company. And she said, effective immediately, we're going to have to be shutting down.
Rea says he's struggling to find a new child care provider.
We're already so stressed for daycare in the Toma area as is that I think I've called like 14 providers and only one of them had an opening. And that opening my child doesn't qualify for.
The closure brought to light a series of violations filed with the Department of Children and Families. Former employee Hannah Mitchell says she witnessed them firsthand.
I've witnessed the children being abused. I've witnessed them being grabbed harshly by their arms or legs.
Joel says he was aware of the violations.
Action needed to be taken, not action at the level where someone needed to be fired or penalized or anything like that, but there was corrective actions for what actually took place.
But for Rea, the violations have changed the way he looks at child care.
Now we're looking out through the different daycare providers and we're like, who can we trust?
And Scholl's told Grace that Kids and Company does not plan to reopen. Breaking news tonight out of California, red flag warnings are now up through Wednesday. Officials say wind gusts could hit 70 miles per hour tomorrow, triggering more fires. Meanwhile, signs of progress. The Palisades fire is now 14% contained. The Eaton fire, one of the most destructive fires in California's history, is 1/3 contained, and the Hearst fire is at 95%.
It's still heartbreaking, even if your house is there, to know that one of the most, what I always thought was one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in Los Angeles is just gone.
And announced today the Grammys and Oscars will air as planned February 2nd and March 2nd, but both shows will spotlight first responders and include a charitable component. Americans will soon see some of Jack Smith's probe into the January 6th attack. U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon ruling today that the Justice Department can release Volume 1 in the probe. It allegedly contains evidence against President-elect Donald Trump. Cannon hasn't ruled if Volume 2, detailing the classified documents case, will be released. That decision will come Friday. And security will be tight for President-elect Trump's inauguration. It's next Monday. Several D.C. security agencies are involved. More than 30 miles of anti-scale fencing will be in place, and thousands of National Guard troops will back up the Secret Service.
The Secret Service will bring agents and other specialists from field offices across the country to provide a full slate of visible and invisible security measures.
Law enforcement are preparing for some protests, but don't expect any major problems. TikTok may have a possible buyer. Reports say that buyer is billionaire and former LA Dodgers owner Frank McCourt's Project Liberty. It's made an offer to the app's parent company ByteDance. TikTok has until Sunday to sell or face a ban in the U.S. on national security grounds. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
It's going to be cold, but we do have plenty of sunshine for your Tuesday, but we'll break down when this cold actually turns to more mild conditions, and that means potentially 40s coming back too. I'll break that all down coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
Winter is here, and with winter weather come accidents and mishaps. Whether you're on your way to work, walking the dog, or out on the trail, accidents can happen.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we help you get the settlement you deserve to put your life back on track.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
What do we got? 25 years old, single-family house with classic signs of neglect. They're acting up a few weeks back, making noise, and that was it. Yeah, been this way. Could have caught the warning sign sooner. Should have called G&T, and this all would have been avoided. I hear they're the best, Ricky.
G&T Heating and Air Conditioning. Calling us before it's too late.
Planning a home renovation? Save money on demolition and disposal fees by contacting Habitat for Humanity's Reclaim Program. Habitat will remove your cabinets, flooring, windows, appliances, and more for free. Habitat sells reclaimed material at the ReStore rather than sending it to a landfill. To schedule your free reclaim service, go to habitatlacrosse.org/reclaim.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
Watch top Midwest musicians compete at the Richard Record Rising Stars Concerto Competition on January 18th. The two finalists will perform their winning pieces at the Symphony Orchestra Main Stage Concert on March 1st. The 102nd Annual Snowflake Ski Jump takes place January 31st and February 1st in Westby. Enjoy ski jumping, food, beverages, merchandise, bonfires, and wagon rides.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
When you're dealing with your own insurance company, you may think that they're on your side, but the truth is, they're not. They're only concerned about their bottom line. That's why you need to hire Bygoff and Rohde. We get results.
Yeah, we definitely have a cold pattern right now, and if you noticed, if you've heard, we're back in La Nina type of conditions, which is what we expected this winter, and that typically leads to colder than average and less precipitation. And even though when we get snow, it's a fairly dry snow, doesn't contain a lot of water or water, so it's actually not really that much precipitation. So we're kind of in it, and we're definitely going to see it for the next couple of weeks. So very cold through Wednesday morning. We're going to have a change, more seasonal Wednesday. We'll be back in the mid-20s, low 20s, kind of where we should be. So that's when we'll see the improvement there with some increasing clouds. Then we see a switch, and I mean a pretty significant switch. We're going to go from well below average to well above average, and that means 30s and 40s potentially for Thursday and Friday. It does help that we don't have snow on the ground to get those temperatures into the 40s, but it's definitely going to be a switch then. If you look at snowpack right now, we're kind of still in the donut age. Now, some areas did pick up a little bit of snowfall and snow cover from the last system up to the north. They got about 3 inches on Eau Claire. Otherwise, we still got a lot of area, and this stretches all the way back to the west that really is lacking much in the snowpack. And even when we do have some snow up to the north towards the Dakotas, northern Minnesota, it's not that much too. So this will play a role in our temperatures. It does keep it a little bit milder than what it could be with this pattern. So that's the good news with not having the snow on the ground. These are temperatures for tomorrow's high temperatures in the teens. It's about 10 degrees below average. The wind chill in the morning will be much low. We'll see a little bit of improvement in the later half of the day. Winds will be lighter in the afternoon, so that won't be too much of a problem. Now going into Wednesday's lows, we'll have another cold day coming, cold night, but not as bad. I think our temperatures will struggle to get below zero. They may stay above zero because of the change in the wind direction a little bit going into Wednesday. Still, these could be cold, and we'll have a little bit of a wind chill with light winds, but a little bit improvement. But notice still up to the north, 7 below in Ladysmith. So once again, now going into Wednesday, as I mentioned, more seasonal conditions. The winds turn around from the southwest. We see a little bit of improvement. We're getting back into the mid-20s to south, low 20s to the north. We'll see increasing cloud cover, but we'll be back to where we should be. So that's the good news on that. Now wind chills, that will be a factor obviously for the next several days. Probably tonight we'll see already sub-zero up to the north. I've seen actually in the teens below zero already. Throughout the night, we'll see getting back into that 15 to 20 degree range for most areas. As we wake up tomorrow morning, there could be some areas that are getting a little bit colder into the 30s, but then we're going to see improvement. You see towards noon, we're back up near, and then in the afternoon hour, we're back into the single digits above zero. So the morning will be bitterly cold, but by the afternoon, we'll get those wind chills probably above zero, so some improvement. Wednesday night, we're going to have a little bit of a system, potentially brings a few snow showers coming through the area, but not expecting too much, and most of this will stay to the northeast. But the good news is behind that system, we're going to warm up. Look at these temperatures going into Thursday, mid to upper 30s, potentially near 40. So it's going to be quite a change. In fact, the temperatures going Wednesday night into Thursday will be rising. So that'll be the positive thing going on. And we're going to break down what's going to go on next, because we're going to flip that switch back to next week. And pay attention to next Monday and Tuesday, because temperatures are going to get even colder. This cold blast could be probably the coldest definitely we'll see all season right now. So something to keep in mind of. So we're going to be switching cold, mild, and then very cold or frigid to go on. So take precautions, enjoy the nice conditions Thursday and Friday, and then get ready for a real Arctic blast come next Monday, Tuesday. The good news is not a lot of snow throughout this whole event.
Okay.
So travel-wise, we're not expecting any of that.
All right, silver lining indeed. Thank you, Greg. Well, still ahead, grab your rubber ducky. We're celebrating a special day, all thanks to Sesame Street.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Whether you have a design emergency or just want to shop the best furniture showroom in the area, the January clearance sale at International Furniture is the best time to buy high-quality furniture with savings up to 70% off retail price on select floor samples. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
When you smell the amazing scent of Gain Flings, time stops. And you realize you're in love.
Steve!
With a laundry detergent. Gain Flings, seriously good scent.
Jason's been with us long enough now to see changes in Michael's abilities. He can analyze them and tailor his recommendations because he has almost as much knowledge of Michael's health as Michael's doctors do. I think that's huge. That is the single biggest factor for me. And that kind of client relationship is invaluable, especially when you're facing the challenges that we are.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevators. Stop in and see us today.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
At Ultra, we believe in financial health and that good habits start early. Learning how to save and spend responsibly can make a big difference in a child's life and yours. Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees. Free online and mobile banking, plus cashback debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Whether you have a design emergency or just want to shop the best furniture showroom in the area, the January clearance sale at International Furniture is the best time to buy high-quality furniture with savings up to 70% off retail price on select floor samples. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
Well, today is National Rubber Duck Day. You can thank Ernie from Sesame Street for the honor. Today's the unofficial birthday of his beloved rubber ducky. The famed ducks are also used as symbols to raise money for charity. And back in 2013, the rubber ducky was inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame. Greg's got another look at the swing temperatures this week right after this.
Lori Robbie enjoys working at Park Bank because she thought bigger banks had lost touch with customers. Lori enjoys serving the community. Lori also enjoys growing hostas. So visit Lori at Park Bank in Holmen to talk about your financial dreams and getting down and dirty with gardening.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. Right now, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/keep-and-switch.
Out with the olds and in with the new at Wesco in Sparta. Grab amazing deals with discounts up to 50% off. Floor models, overstacked, and slightly blemished items must go. So incredible, even I can't believe the savings. Our team is ready to help you find the perfect piece for your home. Hurry, these deals won't last long. Head to Wesco in Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And remember to tell them Peyton sent you.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
Lori Robbie enjoys working at Park Bank because she thought bigger banks had lost touch with customers. Lori enjoys serving the community. Lori also enjoys growing hostas. So visit Lori at Park Bank in Holmen to talk about your financial dreams and getting down and dirty with gardening.
All right, there's our wind chills and temps. As you can see, we're going to get below zero for wind chills and temperatures. Potentially some areas could get 15 to 25 below in the morning. But if you don't like the cold, wait a couple days because you're going to like the last half of the work week. Then we flip the switch again.
A lot of flip-flopping.
Yeah,
this
we're
week.
doing it.
Thanks for joining us at 5.